She was cold, hungry, and forgotten by the world. But deep inside, she held a dream that refused to die. This is the story of Emily. She was just 19 years old. She had no home. She had no family. She was alone in a big city. Emily sat on the hard sidewalk, hugging her knees. Her coat was thin. Her hands were shaking. Her shoes had holes. The wind was cruel. She looked around. People walked by, without stopping. Some looked away. Some pretended not to see her. Her stomach growled. She had not eaten in 2 days. "I just want one warm meal," she whispered. Her voice was weak. Her eyes were tired. Emily had a dream once. She wanted to be a chef. She loved cooking since she was a little girl. She watched her mother in the kitchen. She learned every recipe, but life changed. Her mother passed away when Emily was 15. Her father left soon after. She tried to stay with relatives. They sent her away. She moved from place to place. She worked small jobs. She cleaned floors. She washed dishes. She handed out flyers. But it was never enough. At 18, she lost her small room. She could not pay the rent. Since then, the streets became her home. In the mornings, she washed her face in public bathrooms. She smiled at strangers. She begged quietly. Some gave her coins. Most walked away. She sat near restaurants and smelled the food. It reminded her of home, of her mother's kitchen, of pancakes on Sundays. Tears filled her eyes. She missed love. She missed warmth. "I will not give up," she told herself. But her heart felt heavy. That night, she found a spot near a closed bakery. The smell of old bread filled the air. She wrapped her arms around herself. She tried to sleep. Suddenly, a soft voice spoke. "Are you hungry?" Emily looked up. An old woman stood there. She held a paper bag. Emily nodded slowly. "Yes, I am." The woman smiled and gave her the bag. Inside was a warm bread roll. Emily held it close. She had not felt warmth in weeks. "Thank you," she whispered. Tears ran down her cheeks. The woman sat beside her. "What is your name?" she asked. "Emily," she said. The woman nodded. "Come tomorrow morning. I have a small kitchen. I need help." Emily's heart jumped. Her eyes widened. "Really?" "Yes," the woman said. "Be there at 7. That night, Emily smiled. She ate the bread slowly. She closed her eyes. She whispered, "Maybe tomorrow will be better." For the first time in months, she felt hope. She dreamed of pots and pans, of soup and bread, of laughter. She held on to her dream tightly, because even when the world forgets you, a small act of kindness can light a new path. The sky was still dark. Emily opened her eyes. She had slept near the bakery. Her back hurt. The ground was cold. She looked at her hands. They were dry and rough. But today, she felt something different. She felt a reason to stand up. She felt a reason to try. She stood. She fixed her messy hair. She wiped her face with a tissue. She looked at her reflection in a store window. She smiled. "You can do this, Emily," she said to herself. At 6:45 a.m., she reached the small kitchen. It was quiet. She saw a soft light inside. The door opened. The same old woman stood there. She smiled kindly. "You are early?" she said. Emily nodded. "I did not want to be late." The woman stepped aside. "Come in, dear. I am Martha." Emily walked in slowly. The kitchen was small but warm. It smelled like bread and butter. There were pans hanging on the wall. A large wooden table stood in the center. Bowls, spoons, and flour were ready. Wash your hands, Martha said. Emily washed her hands carefully. Warm water touched her skin. She smiled. Have you cooked before? Martha asked. Yes, Emily said. My mother taught me. I love cooking. Martha gave her an apron. Then let us start. They worked side by side. Emily cracked eggs. She mixed flour. She rolled dough. Martha showed her slowly. Emily listened carefully. Martha said, You are quick. You learn fast. Emily felt proud. Her hands moved with purpose. Her eyes sparkled. They baked muffins. They made sandwiches. They boiled soup. Emily smelled the food. It felt like home again. At 9 a.m., people started arriving. Customers came for breakfast. Martha served them with a smile. Emily helped from behind. She passed plates. She cleaned the counter. She watched. She learned. One woman said, This sandwich is perfect. Martha pointed to Emily. She helped make it. The woman smiled. Well done, young lady. Emily's cheeks turned red, but her heart felt warm. By noon, they finished. Emily sat on a stool. Her legs were tired, but she smiled. Martha handed her a bowl of soup. You earned this. Emily ate slowly. Each spoonful was heaven. Tears filled her eyes. Thank you for trusting me, she said. Martha touched her hand. I see something in you, Emily. Do not give up. Emily looked down. I was losing hope, but now I feel alive again. Martha nodded. Come tomorrow. We will cook again. Emily smiled wide. I will be here. I promise. As she stepped out of the kitchen, the sun was shining. The street looked different. She looked at the sky. It was blue and clear. She whispered, This is only the beginning. The wind was soft. Her steps felt light. She had a reason to wake up tomorrow. Emily was not just surviving now. She was starting to live. She had no money yet. She had no home yet. But she had something more powerful. She had purpose. She had hope. And sometimes that is enough to change everything. Emily woke up before the sun. She felt excited. She also felt nervous. She stood near the bakery door at 6:30 a.m. It was still closed. She waited patiently. Martha opened the door at 6:45. She smiled. You came early again, she said. Emily smiled back. I could not wait. They went inside. Emily washed her hands. She wore her apron. She was ready. Today felt different. The kitchen was busier. Boxes were everywhere. Flour, sugar, butter, eggs, more than usual. Emily asked, What is happening today? Martha replied, Today is our biggest day. A food critic is coming. Emily froze. Her heart beat fast. A food critic? She asked. Martha nodded. He writes reviews in the newspaper. If he likes our food, many more people will come. Emily felt scared. Her hands shook a little. What if I make a mistake? She asked. Martha touched her shoulder. You will be fine. Just do your best. They started cooking. Emily measured ingredients carefully. She mixed with focus. She baked with love. Martha said, We will make our special pie today. You will help me. Emily's eyes lit up. Yes, I will. They cut fresh apples. They made the dough. They added cinnamon and sugar. The smell filled the kitchen. The pie went into the oven. Emily cleaned the counters. She wiped the plates. She made everything shine. At 10:15 a.m., the critic arrived. He wore a black coat. He had a notebook in his hand. His face was serious. He sat at a table. He said nothing. He waited. Martha handed Emily a plate. On it was a slice of the apple pie. Take it to him, Martha said. Emily felt her legs shake. She walked slowly. She placed the plate in front of the man. She said, "I hope you enjoy it." The man looked at her. He said nothing. He took a bite. Silence. Then another bite. Then another. He wrote something in his notebook. He stood up. He walked to Martha and Emily. "Who made this pie?" he asked. Emily's voice was quiet. "We both did." The man nodded. "It is excellent. Very warm. Very fresh. It reminds me of home." Emily's eyes filled with tears. "Thank you, sir," she said. He left. Martha hugged Emily. "You did it." Emily laughed. She felt proud. She felt strong. Later that day, more customers arrived. The bakery was full. People asked for the pie. Martha smiled. Emily helped create it. She told them. Emily worked hard all day, but she did not feel tired. At the end of the day, Martha said, "You have a gift, Emily. You belong in a kitchen." Emily looked around. This kitchen had become her second home. She whispered, "Maybe one day I will have my own kitchen too." Martha smiled. "One day you will." That night, Emily slept with a smile. The cold ground still hurt, but her heart was full. She had taken a small step, and it had opened a big door. 1 month passed. Emily still worked at the bakery. She came early every day. She stayed late. She cleaned, cooked, and learned. Martha taught her many things: how to knead dough, how to balance flavors, how to talk to customers. The bakery was doing well. People loved the new pie. They told their friends. More customers came each day. One evening, as they closed the shop, Martha said, "Emily, I want to talk to you." Emily looked at her. "Yes." Martha sat down. "You have talent, Emily, but more than that, you have heart." Emily blushed. "Thank you. That means a lot." Martha continued, "I want to help you. I know a friend who teaches cooking classes. She teaches young people with big dreams. I can talk to her for you." Emily's eyes grew wide. "You would do that for me?" "Of course. You deserve a chance." Emily felt tears in her eyes. She had never imagined this. Not long ago, she slept under a bridge. Now, someone wanted to teach her, to believe in her. The next day, Martha made a phone call. She smiled after the call. "Her name is Miss Clara. She wants to meet you tomorrow." Emily wore her cleanest clothes. They were old but neat. She brushed her hair. She walked to the school building with Martha. It was big and bright. Inside, it smelled like spices and sugar. Miss Clara stood in the kitchen. She wore a white coat. She had short gray hair. Her eyes were kind. "So, you are Emily?" she asked. "Yes, ma'am." "Let us see what you can do." She gave Emily a task. "Make your favorite dish." Emily thought for a moment. Then she started. She made the apple pie, the one she had learned with Martha. Her hands moved fast, but her heart stayed calm. Miss Clara watched closely. She nodded as Emily worked. After the pie came out, she took a bite. She closed her eyes. Then she said, "It is not perfect, but it is full of love. You have something special." Emily smiled. "Will you let me join the class?" she asked. Miss Clara paused. Then she nodded. "Yes, you will start next week. But you must promise me one thing." "What is that?" "Never stop learning. Never stop believing in yourself." Emily said, "I promise." The next few days flew by. Emily worked in the bakery. She also went to class. She took notes. She watched. She asked questions. She was tired, but happy. One night, she sat under the stars. Her blanket was thin. The wind was cold. But she whispered, "One day, I will have my own home, a warm bed, and a restaurant where people feel love in every bite. Her stomach growled, but her heart was full. Hope was stronger than hunger, and she held on to it like gold. Emily was no longer just a homeless girl. She was a student. She was a cook. She was becoming something more. 3 years passed. Emily changed. She was no longer the girl on the street. She stood tall. She spoke with confidence. She cooked with skill and love. She finished her classes. She passed every test. Miss Clara was proud. "You have grown, Emily," she said. "It is time to fly." Emily still worked at the bakery. Martha had become like family. One day, Martha called her in. "Sit down, Emily. I have something to tell you." Emily sat, nervous. Martha smiled. "I am getting old. It is time for me to rest. I want you to take the bakery." Emily gasped. "What? Me?" "Yes," Martha said. "You have the heart, the hands, and the dream. I trust you." Tears filled Emily's eyes. She stood up. She hugged Martha tightly. Thank you so much." The papers were signed. The bakery was hers. Emily changed the name. She called it Emily's Table. She added new items, old recipes with new flavors. People loved it. The place was always full. She hired young girls from the street. She gave them jobs. She gave them food. She gave them hope. One day, a news reporter visited. He tasted the pie. He asked her story. Emily told him everything. The street, the hunger, the kindness of Martha, the classes with Miss Clara. The next week, her story was on TV. People all over the city watched. Many cried. Many smiled. Many came to see her. She got offers to open more places. She said yes. In 2 more years, Emily had 3 restaurants. All were full of love and warm food. She named them after people who helped her. Martha's Kitchen, Clara's Comfort, and Emily's Table. One morning, she stood outside her newest place. A young girl waited at the door. She looked thin. She looked scared. Emily walked to her. "Are you hungry?" The girl nodded. Emily smiled. "Come in. You are safe here." She gave the girl food. She gave her a job. Later, the girl asked, "Why did you help me?" Emily replied, "Because once someone helped me." That night, Emily sat by the window. She looked at the stars. She remembered the bridge, the cold nights, the hunger, the pain. She whispered, "Thank you, Martha. Thank you, Clara. I did not forget." She looked around. Happy customers, warm lights, laughter, smell of pies in the air. Her dream had come true, but her heart stayed soft. She never forgot where she came from. She never turned away those in need. She knew pain. She knew struggle, but she also knew hope, and she passed that hope to others. Light bulb moral of the story: no matter how dark your past is, a little kindness, a little faith, and a lot of hard work can build a brand new future. Never stop believing. Never stop trying.